What's up, everyone? This is Flex, King of Avalon, Video Guides and Footage, Episode 4, Golem Attack Strategy, Kingdom 425, representing FKU. In today's video, we're going to cover some strategy for attacking the Golem. And first, let's see what the damage is looking like so far. Okay, pretty high. So I imagine I can probably get about 28, 29 this time. Maybe more. So we'll see. First, let's start with the basics. Make sure you have all your war gear on and Lord talents set to war. And also very important, it's part of the strategy, you must have the Crown of Command and the Battle Blade. And I'll explain how that strategy works in a bit. You need to have your city buffs, the attack and the march capacity at least. I always just get the 25% one, makes more sense. And heroes, pretty much make sure you have your war heroes set up. Before the new heroes came out, Lamorak was actually better. And dragon skills. You want to try and max out at least the bowman attack, if possible, and cavalry. Now, I have everything maxed, so I don't need to reset the talents, but if you do, it costs about 1,000 gold if you really want that. And make sure you have everything set to the monster, enough to activate all your war emblems, or all your dragon emblems to the max level. So the next part of the strategy, and I want to give a big shout out to Thor the Revenger for coming up with this actually. Very innovative guy, always coming up with new ideas. This next strategy is actually very, anyone can do it. It's free. And it's really easy. So you want to go into your prestige statues. And since we're attacking the Golem, we don't need any of these bears to be leveled up because they're just really doing stuff for infantry. So what I've done is I've dismantled all my bears and converted them to maximum level eagles, which will give me maximum bowman damage. And I pretty much kept troop statues the same, and the wolves, I brought those down a little bit to get bowman up. But like I said, you can dismantle any of these and reset them however you want, however many times you want. So for Golem, this is easy to do. The same rule applies here. I took my infantry all the way down, dismantled it, and converted it to the bowman attack as high as I could go. It's not the max level, but that would definitely be a nice boost. But for now, we're using this, and I have 272% bowman attack. And same idea with the dragon emblems. It works a little bit differently here in the sense that the emblems do not target a specific troop type, but rather a base stat. So in this case, I took the health emblem, dismantled it, and leveled up the attack one. Both of the attack emblems all the way. So that's also free. And the tomes are one other thing you can maximize if you wanted to. I don't use infantry tome, so I don't really need to reset it. But basically, if you do reset here, I think it is 1,000 gold, probably. But yeah, I just go for attack and damage, basically. So, next part of the strategy, there is a website called Revenge Game. So this is by another KOA player that created a calculator. If you go to Revenge Game and just go to Gamer Resources PVE Troop Formation Calculator, this will give you a starting point because it's not actually fully optimized. But it is, like I said, a good starting point. You pick all the troop tiers that you have, including siege, because that does add damage. Your march capacity, and this is the march capacity that you want to do with buffs activated. And these numbers here, these troop attack, troop damages, all these come from Barbarian Run. And you take the result. You take the result of that Barbarian Run and plug these numbers in to the calculator. So that's basically where all these numbers come from, and you just round on these. You don't put exact digits. When I submit this, it returns a chart that looks like this. So this breaks down what you need to have of each troop type and each tier. So, like I said, this is used as a starting point. And basically, the problem with this is it actually focuses too much attention on cavalry. So in my march, I have optimized this to basically give you more damage by shifting some of that cavalry over to bowmen. And what we're going to do is go ahead and activate the Colossal March talent. Get this activated. Okay, now I have my Helm of Command on, and let me just fine-tune, re-add all the bowmen here and save it. So you can see we've got 416, 310 here. And save here. So here's my march. And here's the Revenge Gamer march. Using the numbers that we got from this result here. So let's go ahead and get right into it and do some attacks on the golem. Now, the last part of this strategy is actually where you position yourself away from the golem. As you can see, I'm not parked right next to the golem, and there's a specific reason for that. The reason is I want to be able to send my maximum march capacity using the buff from the Helm of Command, and then switch it back over to the Battle Blade so I can increase my troop stats by 15%. And if you're parked right next to the Golem, you really don't have enough time to do that. So for the first attack, I'm going to go ahead and use the Revenge Gamer March, which was March number 3. So switch this out. Let's see how much damage we get. And I could probably have gotten a little bit closer. Alright, so switch it back. Let's see how much damage we have here. So we got 30.3 million. Alright, that's not too bad. It's more than I was expecting. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my march setup, which is number 1. And the only difference is the distribution of cavalry and bowmen. So let's see what the result is. All right. 30.6. Okay. So it's about, what was that, 600k more? 5 or 600k more. I mean, the difference is small, but it's still a difference, and it can further be optimized, I'm sure, by doing things with the infantry and siege. But the damage difference is actually about 24,360 to be exact, for between my march and the Revenge Gamer March. It's a small amount, but at the end of the day, 24k per hit, and it winds up being 240,000 extra damage. So I ended up rank 3 with 30 million. And keep in mind, I didn't max out all the new weapons and all that stuff. I only spent about $150 on this update so far. So just to compare, from last week, I was at 28.5 million per attack, and this week I'm at 30.6 million. So about 2.1 million more improvement over last week. So this concludes today's episode of King of Avalon Guides and Footage. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to get some updates, and thank you all for your support. Till next time.